Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Um, okay. How are you doing?
Oops, I lost you. Oh, I don't know.
Trying to let
Hi.
people in here.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Good to see you, lady.
Nice to see you.
Oh,
Hopefully I catch your next workshop.
yeah, we had to reschedule it. It's on
Oh,
the 20th.
okay.
I'll, I'll send it to you and or invite you. I don't know if I invited you already or not.
Well, I seen the post the other day and I clicked that I was interested.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I'll send you the info. Don't mind me. My dog ran away. Not really. He just followed
I'm
those
so
videos up there.
glad they're
Mhm.
back.
It was just him. The girls were good. Harley decided he was going to take off.
Hmm.
But it's okay. He's back, thankfully. Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
We're gonna have so much fun tonight.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I was excited and I was scared about my dog, and then he came back, and now I'm excited again. So,
That's good.
hmm
Poor Carolyn. I let Carolyn in, but she's just like stuck somewhere out in the
stuck in the in between.
yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while either.
How are you ladies?
Better now. Also eating
Yeah.
frozen kind bar dairy, non-dairy treat. It's delicious.
Aw.
Good.
Yeah, and it's got 7 grams of fiber in it. Cha-ching, cha-ching. I need fiber, so
Yeah, it's a rainy, stormy day here.
mm,
I was gonna go plant my flowers when I came home, and yeah, it's like raining and storming.
it's been like that. Maybe you're getting the remnants of tropical storm.
Maybe, yeah.
We got it like it was raining 2 days ago, I think it was. It rained for a couple of days. But it cooled everything off, thankfully, because it was freaking 95 here. And I'm like,
Oh, it's been hot here as well.
mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for everyone to get in.
Get on in.
Carolyn's having a hard time.
Uh-oh.
I
Hi,
had a hard
Peggy.
Hi, Peggy.
time getting here. Hi.
Hi,
Ow.
Peggy.
Put some.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hey. Hey.
Emily?
Hi.
Um, shoot.
Peggy, you drinking coconut water?
Yes.
Mm,
I coconut water.
Mm.
I have coconut
Mm.
water also with aloe and aloe chunks in it too. Along with
Oh,
electrolytes. It's pretty good. I do a mixture usually.
Mm,
that sounds healthy.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I don't. I get cramps in my feet and my legs, and
Mm.
it's not good. So my body, I just give it all the electrolytes I can.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have to like spray myself or coat myself with magnesium lotion
Mm,
sprays a day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Magnesium, big one. Mhm.
I kind of have is like I think we talked about this at the workshop that or the class, whatever you want to call it. It's like it itches the
Hmm.
spray that I have, but I found a chick locally who makes a cream that's really nice and works.
Me too. The
Oh.
cream salves and,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I like her stuff. My samples ran out. I probably should get some, but you know. Oh, excuse me.
Aaron, do you have dinosaur earrings on?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's
cute.
great.
That's very
Got
fun.
them at one of the shows that we did when I had roommates and they had a stone cutting business. Yeah, if you're on Instagram, which I know you're probably not, Crystal, but their name is Clouds and Chains, and they do like mini everything. That me? I'm sorry, guys.
That's cute.
Our potential spam calls coming in apparently.
I had a few of those today.
Mm-hmm. I've been having quite a few, unfortunately. And then they're like, "Oh, we're local." That one wasn't, but
The local spam calls.
usually, the 207 number, so that's the area code for the entire state of Maine. But New Hampshire has one area code too, which was very
That's
interesting.
small.
Yeah, it was very interesting to me when I was trying to find an apartment there. I'm like, "What's the area code there?" And then finally, some lady's like, 603. It's all 603 in New Hampshire.
Tall.
Oh,
Carol.
There I am.
hi, Carolyn.
Hi. Okay.
It's just a struggle. Oh,
Dream.
shoot.
I know, but everybody's coming in. This is a big group.
Wow. 6.
It's been a long time. I miss you.
Miss you too.
All right, I'm trying to put.
That's quite.
Oh my gosh, everybody's having trouble.
Now is everybody gonna not be able to see it until you put it in until after?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it in again till Dawn is trying to get in. Every time, like,
Holly.
My
Holly,
goodness.
don't bite your tat.
Look at this tiny shirt. I'm going through my son's old stuff. It's so little.
Oh, that's teeny tiny.
He's 15 now. He's huge now.
Oh wow. Yeah, see, I don't think you fit in that one anymore.
My little hoarding spirit. I have to like not hold on to everything. It's hard.
Yeah. See, my friends who have kids, they all have them like kind of spaced out a little bit, so they end up trading each other clothes and shoes and
That makes sense. Yeah. I have handed some stuff on. That's nice.
yeah.
okay.
Hi, Becky.
There's Becky. Oh, there's Becky.
She was there for a moment.
Here she's back. She's
I'm
back.
back.
She's back, baby.
She's back and unmuted.
That's right.
Not for long though. I'm gonna
That's okay.
Okay. Very nice. My daughter just got back from Goodwill and got a find.
Oh,
Uh,
gotta have a goods party after you go thrifting or wherever.
Yes. Okay, everybody's here. Oh, here comes Donna. Okay. Right. Okay, so let's get chopping. Most of you guys know we're gonna have a mystical mind trip tonight. But I want to do a little bit of a practice to begin with. I've been finding this really, really helpful. And maybe some of you have heard of it, but I've never heard of it until just a few days ago. So it's the idea of transferring tension so that you can relax a very, very difficult part of your body that you have trouble relaxing. And most of us will have that like your jaw or your belly or your hip. And you for a very long time have tried to release it, right? Or you release it, but it doesn't seem to stick.
oh,
Okay. Hi, Donna, you made it.
Finally.
Okay. I'm gonna I think everyone is here. enough to put this in the chat. This is for our mind trip, but I want to just, it's kind of suggestions of what we might find on our mind trip. So you can have an eye on it before we go. Okay, so this practice is very simple. I want you to think of a part of your body that you just have chronic tension. Does everybody have a part of their body that they have chronic tension? If you don't, I'm super happy for you. All right. Now, I want you to find a place in your body that is usually comfortable, but a bigger place like a shoulder or a hip, or I don't want to say your jaw because usually jaws are a problem. Maybe your belly or a thigh muscle. And what we're going to do, or if you know how to do bandhas, if you know how to like engage your core, kind of engage your like sexual organs, like in yoga, you can, that's a really good place to focus tension if you're not trying to release it from that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus tension on purpose on a place that we don't have a problem. So for instance, if you're working on your jaw or you're working on your shoulder, you can engage your pelvis because that's a place that maybe isn't a problem. Or if you're trying to release your belly, you can engage your shoulders, right? So we're going to engage a different part of your body than you want to relax. So all you're going to do is you're going to take a breath, just relax your body, find the place that you want to engage. And then I want you to bring your mind to the place that you want to relax and ask it to relax. So holding the engaged muscle, think about relaxing the muscles around the place that you have chronic tension. If anybody's having trouble, just let me know and I'll help you out. Paula, what we're doing is we're working on, if you have a place in your body that you have chronic tension, what we're doing is working on relaxing that by creating tension in a different part of your body.
Okay.
So if you choose a place that's not a problem, engage it just a little bit. So maybe you engage your core, maybe you engage your lower back or wherever it feels good. And then you're going to focus on relaxing the place that you might have chronic tension.
Okay.
So it's like transferring the tension. Is anybody feeling feeling how it works?
It's like matching.
Building it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Carolyn.
Is it working? No.
Yeah. Where's the place that you're working on?
Well, my shoulder always hurts. There's always tension here.
And where are you engaging your?
Well, like maybe my pelvis area, like I don't have any
Yeah.
pain there. So, but that's my what is my that's my digestive I
Right.
do have
So
issues
you
with-
have there's problems there too,
I
right?
do have, yeah, so I do have digestive issues. So I probably don't want to do that area. What if I did my feet? I don't have problems with my feet.
Yeah. Or just like around your ankles and just kind of tense. You don't have to do really hard. It's more just focusing, like engaging it, like pulling it in.
Okay.
And then just think about your shoulders and relaxing your shoulders. It takes a little coordination too. And you can start to let it go. So if it's something that kind of clicked in for you, I think it's a really good practice. When I've been doing my yoga practice, it takes practice, but it's almost, like Polly, you said matching. I think that's a really good word to, you're matching tension and release. It's like polar, a good thing. All right. All right. So our mind trip is going to be to go look for our magical creatures. Does anybody have a problem with that? you know, I figured I'd ask just in case. Anybody have trouble like meeting a unicorn or a fairy or whatever? Well, the mind trip is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to go find a building. We're going to go explore kind of a archway that you walk through that the surroundings are going to start to match kind of the whimsical idea of different colors and different scenery. Those of you who are used to doing mind trips and end up in beautiful exploring, just go explore. This is like a very exploratory mind trip, not go find an answer somewhere. We're just going to go play. I put a list in the chat. Paula, can you guys who came in last, can you see the list? All right, Paula, I think maybe you're the only one. I don't know why you can't see the list if you come in after I put it up.
Okay, I see something now.
Yeah. So it's just 9 things that I thought of. There's other ones, I'm sure, but in case you're, thinking to yourself, well, geez, what could I go talk to? You can just let it happen for you, or you can actually ask for something to come if you're interested in a particular thing, right? Just remember when you're going in, there's a couple of things to think about. One, you're safe. For some reason, if you're not used to seeing dragons and a dragon shows up for you, which is a pretty easy, like a lot of people see dragons in the carpet ride. Try not to be scared. Try to like they don't hurt you in there. Or I've never had anyone, be in danger. It's there for your personal experience. So you can be curious. Just about everything can talk to you, and it's not like maybe their mouth's moving, but you're going to hear it in your head. Go for rides, if there's a unicorn and you want to ask the unicorn to go for a ride, or if you want to go explore, if you're lucky enough to find a Sasquatch and you want to go explore where they live, like ask to explore. And if you have anything going on, and it could be physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever, and you find somebody that in there that you feel really comfortable with, ask questions. Ask like, what can I do, and how can I help myself feel better, and use it to your advantage. I'm going to try to give you guys plenty of time. I'm going to direct you to a couple of different places, but if you're like, yo, I'm having a really good time here, just ignore me and do your thing.
Mhm.
Where I'm going to try to leave about 15 minutes for conversation. So we'll try to go around in a efficient way. And I think I have a session at 8:15, so we have to be done by then. Okay, any questions? All right. Okay, so find your comfy seat. We are recording, right, when you guys came in? I tried to do it before. Okay. So close your eyes. And just start to take a couple of deep breaths. And as you breathe, let your breath become a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. Maybe letting those little pockets of stress in your body just start to release. Take a moment to pull back all the parts of you that you can, that maybe you've given away over the day or over the week or over the month. And now start to think about pulling in your senses. So bringing your vision within and down to your heart. And bringing in your hearing within and down to your heart. And maybe even bringing your attention before you go in to the idea of tasting, smelling, touching, reminding yourself you have all of these things that you can do in the non-physical. Now bringing your attention down to your solar plexus and thinking about the intention that you can make around this mind trip. Maybe there's certain beings that you want to experience. Maybe there's certain places, or maybe there's a certain feeling. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and step off onto your path. And as you're exploring your path today, I want you to go a little bit slow at the beginning, and I want you to start to allow yourself to let the colors become a little bit more vibrant. Imagining that you're planning on visiting other realms, other realities, and maybe they're, I don't know, more vibrant. Maybe the colors are different. Maybe the air seems different. All the time knowing that you're safe. And as you're walking down your path, starting to let yourself use your senses. And as you're exploring, play with things that maybe are unusual. Maybe you pick fruit, but maybe the raspberries are green, or maybe the peaches are purple. Maybe you can spend a moment just touching the air in front of you and imagining that you can create colors and waves in the air right in front of you. Maybe the air has a really beautiful smell in it, like flowers or food. And also look around to see if there's any animals, beings, creatures in your proximity. Now, as you walk up, what we're going to do is imagine that we come kind of like an opening, almost like a cul-de-sac, but it's all in the woods. And you'll notice there's different roads that you can take. Maybe there's 2 or 3 different trails to follow from here. And I want you to take a moment, and as you're looking at the different trails, I want you to notice how each trail head is set up. Maybe there's archways to walk through. Maybe there's doors covered with flowers. Maybe there's cobblestones. But just take a moment to set it up for yourself to see what each pathway has at the beginning of the path. And before you strike out on one, I want you to kind of go to each one, and maybe there's either a sign or a feeling of what could be down this path. And then once you get a feeling, I want you to start to go on down the path. Maybe you have who you would like to meet or experience in your mind. And just use this as every step of the way, there's things for you to explore. And then just know that as you're walking down the path, you're going to come in contact with the being that you're looking for. If for some reason they're not there for you, sit on a bench and imagine that they're walking towards you. Or contrive it if you need to. And once you meet your first visitor, just spend time with them, enjoy their atmosphere, talk to them, experience them. And I don't want to hurry you, so I want you to either stay where you are and continue to explore, or if you're ready, you can go ahead back to the cul-de-sac and try a different path, going off to explore the next being that you would like to hang out with. And different things that you can do, you can ask them to show you where they live, to tell you about what realm they live in, or maybe even what kind of food they eat. I just felt drawn to, I'm not sure if this is for someone, but the idea of looking at yourself while you're in the imagery with the being that you're with. Maybe you're different than what you expect. And whoever is interested can listen to my words or not, but there has been a Sasquatch that I've been working with, and he's been working with the clients that I've been working with that may need his kind of medicine. So I'm going to do a little imagery around him. So if it's something that you would like to experience, you can just follow my voice. I won't take a long time, so I'm not intruding on you guys doing your other stuff. So you can choose to follow my voice if you'd like to go meet him. I call him Sam. If you want to start back at your cul-de-sac, and maybe you find a archway or path to follow. And as you're walking through, I want you to imagine right when you're walking in that this huge, friendly, grounded Sasquatch is there holding its hand out for you. And if you have trouble visualizing him, all you have to do is visualize his hand. And once you feel his hand, which is big and warm and literally makes you feel like you will have your feet planted on the ground, like you live on the earth, you can allow him to bring you. Generally, there's a beautiful pond at the end of this path. So if you're spending time with him, you can ask him about the magical water, and you can maybe ask him to help you ground and feel what it feels like to belong on the earth. Or anything else that may come up that you need help with. And for the rest of the time, just find your way down different paths, spend time with whatever beautiful beings that you find. Take about 3 more minutes. So let's start to say thank you or finish up what you're doing. And as you come back down the path, maybe just spend a minute at the cul-de-sac, really looking at like where you are and all the special things about it. Maybe you want to pick up a rock and put it in your pocket, or just notice something very special that you hadn't noticed before. And then you can find your way back down the path and go slow for a moment. Go slow and allow yourself to shift back into your regular human perspective, and let the energy, maybe the magical energy, just kind of, you know, allow your stuff to be grounded back into your human form. And then when you're ready, you can find your way back to your body. And make sure you're in your body, maybe moving your hands together or wiggling your toes or giving yourself a little bit of a stretch. If any of you happen to really get deep in there, you want to make sure that you're finding your way solidly back into your body. And then you can take a few moments to write down about your experience. Is there anybody that's ready to share? We can start sharing while everybody else is writing. Yeah, go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay, I'll try and be quick. I always seem to go long. I'll try and be quick. You can cut me off. So I like looked at the list and I'm like, all right, I have a Pegasus, I have a unicorn, and I always wanted to see fairies. So I'm walking in my path and there's a lake by my house. I'm like, I'm gonna walk by the lake, and I saw narwhals in the water, and they were dreamy, colorful narwhals, and they had cotton candy on their little horns. And so they were feeding me cotton candy. I'm like, oh, do. Okay, they're giving me cotton candy. And you said to look for paths, and I'm like, I don't want to leave the cotton candy. Of course, I love sugar. So I have an issue with sugar. And so anyway, so I started looking at the paths, and the middle path was Sunshine and Lollipops song. Do. And then the other one was the next one was so find your soulmate, find your soulmate. I'm like, whatever. And all of us light workers, we've lost all of our friends, they come and go, and we're lonely. And of course that's me. I love fully, and I'm all alone. My friends are scattered everywhere, and I'm all alone. And over the course of the last month or so, I've heard like, well, maybe my friend is out. Maybe my friend's in Venus, on Venus, or maybe my friend is a Pleiadian, or what. I don't know. I've heard that, and I know that I feel like I fight in my sleep like the bad guys, because I wake up and I'm like, I wake up and I'm talking about the archons. I'm fighting the archons, or I'm fighting. I wake up and I'm talking and I'm fighting somebody, and I'm doing something. I wake up and I'm still doing stuff, and I can never remember what I'm doing. I just remember talking about fighting somebody. And I don't, I don't believe I was ever in the space program, but I hear people talk about it. And when I wake up, I feel like I have like, my hands are sore, I have injuries or whatever. Well, anyway, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go down the soul path. I feel called to go down the soul.
Soulmate. Or
Soulmates.
soul.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Soulmate. Whatever. I'm gonna go. So I go down, and the path, my path instantly goes up to the sky, and I'm like, well, this isn't a fairy or a unicorn. What the heck? When it starts to go up to the stars. Okay, all right. So then I sit on a bench up there, and somebody from Mars sits down. I'm like, I heard Sandusky Mars. I'm like, all right, I'll look at
Sandusky.
Sandusky Mars. I'm like, all right, I'll look it up. So then when you were talking about Bigfoot, I looked it up, and it said, it says, okay, hurry up. Okay. Even though there's something like, even though there's nothing, no crater or anything there's no crater on Mars called Sandusky, but there are things NASA does things in Sandusky. They do Mars trips. What was it? They do, if you're asking, they do Mars-bound spacecraft test. They test Mars-bound spacecrafts in Sandusky. I'm like,
Interesting.
maybe I met my friend. So there I'm talking to this person, and I'm like, what's your name? And I start talking to this person, and she's a joke. I feel like she has a feminine. We're talking, she has the same sense of humor as me. We're making these stupid jokes. Like, what do you like to eat? She makes this stupid joke. It's like, oh, that's my humor. And her name was sound like Karen or Kai. And then, so she tells me that we've been friends for a long, long time. And we're soulmates. We've been friends for a long time. We've known each other, and we've met in Sandusky. Like, oh, okay. That's kind of what I get. Like, it's not clear. None of it's clear. It's all pieced together. Then you said something about, did she leave us? She did. I'll keep talking to you guys. Then she said something about anyway, it's all pieced together, and it all doesn't make sense, but it does. So that's how, and Christina said something about, look at what you're wearing. I can't see what I'm wearing. It just feels clunky. It just feels like, doesn't feel comfortable. Or she says, what do you look like? It's me. I just have clothes on. I have like funny clothes on. Anyway, but that's it. So it's weird. But then I go back, and so I walk back down my path, and that's it. Oh, we lost you.
I'm
So
laughing at myself. I'm
we're
glad
laughing at you
everybody
too.
stayed where I was so like into your story. I'm like, oh no.
The only thing I think you missed was you said, look at yourself or whatever. I didn't look any different. I had stuff. I could feel I had heavy clothing on. Like I had like shiny, heavy clothing. Like the stuff you put it in, anyway, that's it. I'll let you guys go. But that was kind of my story. I mean, that's
Very cool. Very cool.
interesting. Yeah.
And you have stuff to take away to actually like explore. It's really good.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, cool. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So when I first got on my path, before I even really started walking down my path, I saw 7 unicorns, and they were like in a circle. And they were just kind of like purifying me to go to the next stage. So I started down the path, and I saw a blue fairy, and I saw a pink fairy, and I saw an elf, a blue elf. And the blue fairy came to me first before we even started, but then it just became more real. The blue fairy and the blue elf were helping me. The fairies were helping me to get into my body, and the elves were helping me to drop any excess baggage or weight or karma or whatever. The elves are very, very special healers. Their symbol is a 7-sided star. And when I asked them, this was on the second path, or this is on the third path. The first one was the unicorns. The second one, I met Sasquatch. Didn't really get any information from him. But then the third one was the fairies and the elves. And I was seeing that the fairies create a force field around us and in our environment where we can sustain that high vibration. And the elves do like this transmutational thing where like you're more connected to the elements. But it was a really beautiful connection, and I didn't want to leave.
That's awesome. Well, remember, you can go back anytime. That's
True.
beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Who else?
I can go. So my experience was with the Bigfoot, and it was a woman with twins.
Wow.
and they invited me into their home and they cooked for me. And while they were cooking for me, they were talking to me about my soul purpose. And I'm supposed to connect with other like-minded Sasquatch people that have children. It was really just a beautiful experience. And what they cooked for me was kind of like a stew, a soup. It was really delicious, but I didn't ask what the ingredients were. But the twins seemed magical. And it was a boy and a girl. And they wanted me to just hang out with them. You know, like when it was time for me to leave, they didn't want me to leave.
Aw. That's awesome. I'm so glad you had a good trip.
I did. It was really wonderful.
That's so
Thank
good.
you.
You know what? I have twins. I have a boy and a girl twins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love them so much.
Aw.
They're 23 years old now, but that I like what you said. You're Sasquatch people.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm a twin. I have a twin brother.
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
Sasquatch.
So many twins.
Nice.
Becky, did you say you have to leave at a certain time? I remember seeing that. Do you want to go next? Okay. Okay. Who would like to go?
I can go. Before we even got to the paths, I had a female unicorn walk up to me, and she had sparkling purple and pink hair, kind of like how I like to do my hair. And I could feel like the energy like in my hands tingling when I was petting her, like petting her hair. Um, and she led me to the area. I called it the rotunda. I don't even know if I feel like that's a real thing, like a
Yeah.
element. But it was like, yeah, it was like in a circle, all these different paths. And the one that I chose had like purple flowers on it. And we walked deeper into the woods where it was like thicker. And I met the Sasquatch. And what did he say? It was a he. Um oh, and as soon like and he was by the water, kind of like how you described him being by like a pond or whatever. And like as soon as I got to like his area, I felt my stomach literally like gurgling and like feeling like things were draining down out of me and like, poop moving down. And he said that we already a lot of my guides call me little one. So he said we already know little one, the many ways you've suffered, let them all drain into the lake. And was saying that they would be transmuted into love and light. And then I was seeing like I don't know if that's right, streak lightning and like the horizontal. But it was like horizontal instead of going down. So it was like kind of crackling across the sky for the pond. Um and and then when I looked at myself, like first I saw myself just kind of like as I am right now, but then I also saw myself like with my light, and it was like, it was dimmer and not as bright white as it normally is, but as the stuff was draining into the lake, I was getting brighter, if that makes sense. And so then he gave me a piggyback ride after that, which was I always love piggyback rides. I made my tall friends in high school give me piggyback rides. But he stopped and he did like a call, and it was like, so he's doing this, but I'm seeing like literal like dark gray rings of like sound like coming out of his mouth as he's like doing his call.
Wow.
Which was really cool. I'm not exactly sure what that means or exactly, but it was pretty sweet. And he said that I don't know, it might have been Sam yours. I didn't ask him what his name was, but he said that the the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch that was in Harry's and the Hendersons, his real name was Hank. Because I love that movie growing up. And he said that he lived in like the in between, which was like in between our world and his dimension. And when you like, I was already with him, but you said to have him like hang on to your hand, and he had a very soft, warm hand before you even said
Yeah.
that. And it was like super smooth. I could feel like this very like loving, gentle, grounding like energy. And then he had given me a cup of tea, of warm tea, and um, on our way back, I saw like what do you call it? Like a courtyard. There was like stone structures, but it was like with all these like mystical creatures. But they were in stone, and I looked at one of the dragons, and it was like a smaller dragon, and I heard someone say, "That's dead." But then this pig with wings that was in a stone structure woke up, kind of seemed a little like dazed at first, and then just like flew off like it was nothing and it wasn't stone anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the song from, I don't know if anybody's seen Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, but Sasquatch is my daddy and he's gonna protect me, Jack Black. Cue that song. That song came on. And he said, like the song's playing, and Sasquatch said, I will always protect you, Aaron. And I looked down and there was a clear quartz crystal on the ground. And I asked if it was okay for me to take it. And he said, finders keepers, which is like, I just had heard something about that on a program too. But anyways, and he said, this is your crystal, touch this crystal to come back here. And then the unicorn, so he stayed at the edge of the woods, like when we were walking back, and he like waved goodbye. And the unicorn walked me back to my body, and she like put her head on my shoulder, like nuzzling, hugging me, and she said, I'll be back for you. And her eyes were like purple too, and they were twinkling, like, kind of like her hair was. And then I got back in my body, but it was pretty sweet.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, and I was like, I'd really like to talk to a Sasquatch or a Griffin. I always used to draw them and dragons when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll get a Griffin.
That's awesome. All right, let's keep going. Who's next? Emily, did you get to talk to a Sasquatch?
Hello. I keep getting so sleepy when I do this. I had a good one. I just wanted to go to the river. I just spent some time at the river today, but in my vision, I went over to the left of my pathway, and it was just like the most clear, pristine water. And I drank a little bit and dove in, and there was this red strand of sand. And so I followed the strand, and instead of the cul-de-sac, it just took me off on this red pathway. And then it was like water, and then it was suddenly like the desert in like the Middle East. These big mountains with white and red, and then a big red dragon. So I was very zoomed back so I could see the whole thing and how big he was. I was like, whoa. I tried to go closer, but I couldn't. So I just stood and felt his energy, and it was like zinging through my body. And this kind of pain I'm having at my sacrum. It was like zinging up and down my spine. And I just was like, all right, what are you all about? And he is well, he came closer. I invited him to come to where I was because I couldn't go to the mountains. So he came, and we stood by some trees, and he just said, like, he showed me some sand storms and the way that the molecules in the sand move around like energy, and how we can do that inside of ourselves, to change energy and physical. So it's like watch it shift around and then feel it change. So it was a lot like the pain thing you did, the transfer thing we just did,
Yep.
where it was like see how it is now and then watch the molecules lift up like air and then put them where you want them. So it was just like boom, super alchemy, like this really intense, cool red activation energy, I think. And his name was Artem. I was like Artemis, but it was Artem. So it was really like activating just what I needed right now, and not necessarily a dragon I would imagine on my own. It was like because I customize and I get all like, well, I like the white one, the pearly, but this one was like red and intense. I'm like, rah! I was like, whoa.
That's really cool.
And then I went on the Sasquatch pathway, which just was like how the light shines through the trees in the forest and just I just got like sweet little messages. Um, and I could see his hands and a little smile. And then he said, we are all earth, especially when we're together with warmth in our hearts. So it was like spending time with your heart and just feeling that camaraderie and connection together, and just even just laughing and being together.
That's
So that
beautiful.
was really sweet.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, who's next? I don't mean to hurry everybody. I
Oh
just
yeah, I'm gonna mute because there's dudes here talking.
I could go next. I was on a kind of a smooth rocky surface, and there were wisps of lavender in the air, like just wisps, and the air was blue, and fruit flesh was opening up when I touched something, and it smelled like linden flowers. And the middle path was like there was a rainbow at the end, and the other two paths there were like castles, and one was like kind of like really light and vibrant, and the other one was dark, like there was battles going on there. And so in the middle path I took first, I saw a fennec, like a fox, sort of a fox with really big ears, and it turned into Anubis, but it wasn't Anubis. It was like beings like Anubis that were, not. And on their world, things were like growing and dying and growing and dying and growing and dying and reforming and growing and dying like flowers and different
wow.
things. And they were different. They were different colors, and they could change their colors and stuff too. The castle path to the right, I took next. And when I looked at myself, there was a feast going on, and it seemed like we were some kind of mouse, and my ears were like up here, like little round ears. It's kind of like little alien mousies, and my mice and rats and stuff. There's a lot more cartilage, and so you don't have these bones that, you know.
Right.
Yeah, everything was kind of like springy, like springing out and back, and it was quite lovely. And then we were talking about going to see the Sasquatch, so I went over to the left path, and there was a Sasquatch, a really really big one, and he picked me up, or I think he picked me up in his hand. And what I got there was like there were other squatches there, or aliens, as I heard they prefer to be called. And I could see they were holding space safely for the humans, for the human strife at the castle, so they were safe from it. And then they had like some kind of sonic shielding from the humans that were at battle. And I felt very heavy when you talked about what does it feel like, and it was like very heavy. But there was like a way or a process of lightening up and expanding to like really really reach out far. And let's see. Oh, the ability to expand into lightness and spread their atoms, like make more space between the atoms.
Mm.
And let's see. They gave me like a tube. It's like it looks kind of like one of those like straight red light therapy handheld things, but it was really long, and a piece of a plant that had like really tiny flowers and stuff on it. and it was like three little branches. And we threw it into the battle, and it stopped. It started shifting the energy in the battle. Yep. And let's see, let's see, back looking at the cul-de-sac, there were like multiple portals, like with different colored light all over.
That's amazing. So that'll be a cool place to go back to, right? Like so much to explore. I'm glad we set it up that way, because that like gives you places to go. That's awesome. All right, who's left? Because I have like 5 minutes. Michelle and Crystal, right? Crystal, did you go? I can't remember. Can she hear me? Crystal, can you hear me?
Sorry, I was just getting off. I'm
Oh,
still here though. I'm
oh,
still here.
do you want to share real quick?
Yeah, sure. So I love you guys. You guys are all so awesome. And when I did my meditation, I find it like kind of weird, like my dream life and my real life are like kind of mixing and matching. And on Monday, I went to a bungee fitness class with an old coworker of mine, and it was a lot of fun. So as I was doing my meditation, I was imagining like my bungee jumping and having fun jumping in and out of different realities, if that makes sense. It sounds strange, but yeah, I was like imagining jumping into bungee class and jumping into the meditation and jumping into real life and dream life. But yeah, no, I had fun. I was bungee jumping. I'll send you guys the video if you want to see it. We were like not the Three Stooges. There was five of us. So we were like the Five Stooges doing bungee fitness class.
That's so cool. You can
Yeah.
post it in the Facebook group if you want.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not sure I want anybody to witness that. It was fun. It was fun, but my meditation, it was like jumping in and out of real life and this happened, this didn't. But yeah, it was something.
Very cool. Very cool. How about you, Michelle?
Well, can you
I'm
hear
so
me?
happy you're here, by the way.
Thank you. Well, when I was going down my path turned into sparkly sand. And I was just wearing a dress, barefoot.
Nice.
And so my first path I went down, it was really magical. It was like a cartoonish feel to it. And things were pink and swirly, and that's where I met my husband's spirit.
Oh, yay.
That was my favorite spot. I didn't want to leave. It felt wonderful. We were just having fun and teasing each other. I couldn't see him, but I could feel him and communicate with him.
That's so cool.
And then when you invited us to the other path, I didn't want to leave him, but I said, I have to explore.
Good for you.
So that one, I met a Pegasus and just jumped on the back of the horse, and we went riding away. And we were just talking back and forth while I was on his back. And then you invited us to join Sasquatch or whatever it was. And so that path was all full of vines and like old world foresty. And then I met him, and as soon as you said that he was extending his hand out, it was my husband's hand.
Oh.
And I touched it, and it was him.
Oh.
Now, my husband loved the woods. So that is fitting because he would be out there
Oh.
being king of the forest or whatever.
What
So-
happened to your husband, honey?
He passed away. He had a heart attack.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So
I'm so sorry.
So I got the messages that I really need freedom. I dream of running away and it just leaving all the time.
Yeah.
So I come to the realization that I should just get on my horse. I don't have a real horse, but in my mind trip, I'm just gonna go jump on my horse and explore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I can always come back and get grounded, with
Yeah.
Mother Earth and Father Sky, and I can always connect to my husband because I think we've been connected through a bunch of lifetimes, and he's still there for me.
Oh, that's beautiful, Michelle. So good. Awesome. Yay.
I'm so sorry you went through that, Michelle. I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine.
It's hard.
I'm so glad you're here though, and like getting back, it's good. It's good. All right, you guys, this is beautiful. And we made it with 1 minute to spare.
Yay.
Good job, everybody.
All right, and all of you guys who are program people, if you want to practice mind trips with each other, write each other and do it, or create little circles of a few, because we have the monthly practice, but set it up yourselves and practice and invite people to come and get out there, do the stuff.
We can do that.
Okay.
Tina owes me one anyway, so
I know. I keep bugging her.
that's okay. I'll get together with her after this weekend. I have friends coming in and out of town, so.
All right. All right, you guys, I gotta go.
Okay.
Mwah. Great
Thank you,
job.
Christina.
Bye.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
everybody.
Bye.
You.
It's okay, it's money. Yeah. Hi.